Hi, about time for another cooking video I think, and today I'm going to be making something I haven't eaten for decades, and that is garlic soup. And the reason I haven't made it or eaten it for decades is my mum used to make it. Now she was taught to cook by an Italian chef, and an Italian lady rather, and this is an Italian recipe that I have shamelessly got from the internet. But my excuse is that I can't really find the recipe in one of the sort of 1,000 or so cookbooks that my mum left me. And this one, the one I found that I'm going to be following, which I'll link below, looks like it might very well taste like my mum's. She'd certainly have whacked the cream in there, and it wouldn't surprise me if she used butter rather than olive oil. But I'm going to be using olive oil in a nod to health, and it's very simple recipe, and it's not garlicky when you finish cooking it. It's not, overwhelmingly garlicky taste. You're going to be cooking out all the garlic and simmering it for a long time, and it just has a delicious flavour. It's Italian rustic cooking. The Italians know a thing or two about grub. Okay, so here's the ingredients. 1 leek, sort of medium-sized potato. You'll have to get the proportions how you like them. An onion, and I have actually got some homemade chicken stock, right, in my freezer. Unfortunately, my freezer looks like it's going to take about a week to defrost so I can get at the actual chicken stock, because it's in the top drawer and it's just frozen solid. It looks like the Arctic. Okay, we need some thyme, dried thyme, some fresh parsley for garnish. Very important, cream. And another excuse I've got for making this is my birthday's coming up, so I'm entitled to a treat. I've had no cake and no chocolate since Christmas, so I feel justified in having a bit of a treat with a bit of cream in it. Okay, those are the ingredients. Let's get cooking. Dead simple. As usual, I've forgotten something. We've got a frying pan heating up here with a really good glug of olive oil in it, quite a lot. And one over there, a smaller one, because that is for the croutons. And here I'm using a stale crust that I've actually been saving up for this. The stale ones fry and brown a lot easier than fresh bread. So this is quite stale. It's should be okay. You want to heat it up so it's frying, and then turn it right down so that the croutons turn brown and not black. And we're going to be doing that simultaneously in the small pan while we cook the main soup. Yeah, the thing that sparked me off doing this was I was in Tewkesbury Market and they were selling giant bags of garlic and giant bags of ginger for £1.50 each, which I thought was extremely good value. And I sort of went away and thought about it, and then it triggered my memory of my mum making garlic soup for me, so that's why I'm doing it. Okay, stage one. We've got some not burning oil, but hot olive oil here, and I'm going to add the leeks and onions and then turn it right down just to, without browning it. I don't want this to brown, I just want it to get soft, basically. Okay, now I'm going to turn it right down. Keep stirring. Really don't want it to brown, so just pay it some attention. And we're going to leave it there. Once it's cooled down a bit, just to soften up, while I peel about 20 garlic cloves. That trick of putting it in a jar and shaking it around has never ever worked for me. Maybe it's a different type of garlic, or maybe it's a spoof. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. I've got to peel them all by hand anyway, so that's no big deal. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, next stage we're going to add the garlic. There's about 10 cloves there that I've roughly chopped. As you can see, the croutons coming on nicely. I'll turn them right down as well. And what we're going to do is going to add the garlic. Oops, want to escape there. And some dried thyme. Right. Again, you're going to have to cook this for yourself a few times before you work out what you like, the proportions you like. You might want more garlic. In some parts of the world, garlic is huge, so you're not going to use anything like 10 cloves. In some parts, it's smaller, so you're going to use more. You're just going to have to cook it a few times, and work out the proportions that you like. Because the only rule of cooking is cook what you like, not what the recipe says. So, right, now I'm going to leave that there on very low heat for 15 minutes. And I'll come back when that 15 minutes is over. Okay, this has been, as hot as you see it now for 15 minutes. Just gently simmering away. Because there's a lot of olive oil in there, so it's not frying or browning off. That's the important thing. Croutons are looking good. I'll turn right down. These things are great. You can actually, if you don't eat any, you can actually store them in jars and they'll last a day or two or something. Right, next stage. 1 cubed potato. Chicken stock. Right, remember this is a stock cube because I can't get to my homemade chicken stock, unfortunately. So we're going to need a bit more water. Okay, and I'm just going to bring that up to the simmer. I'm going to simmer it for 25 minutes. I think I'm going to turn those croutons off now. They definitely want to be brown and not black, I can assure you. Okay, and we're going to simmer it for 25 minutes. But first, going to add pepper. And salt. Now, you don't want to worry about how roughly all this is chopped because at the end it's all going in the blender. And what we're doing here is bring it up to simmer, simmering it for 25 minutes until the potatoes are soft, basically cooked. And then we can think about adding the cream and blitzing it. Okay, I'll see you at the next stage when I brought this to the simmer and done it for 25 minutes. Okay, we've been simmering away for just over 25 minutes actually, because I added a little bit more water to it halfway through. And now the potatoes are nice and soft, ready for, as are the garlic cloves, ready for blitzing. But before we do that, we've got to add the cream. So what I'm going to do is take this off the heat. Okay, here's the croutons, by the way. See? Yum yum. Very crunchy. Take this off the heat and add cream to taste. And then we're going to blitz it. So I got one of these. How much is this? Don't know, but it's one of those. Here we go. There's about 350 mils in here, and I'm probably going to put about half of this in. So in it goes. Of course, again, this all totally depends on your taste and your waistline. And as I say, I've got a birthday coming up, so right, I'm going to mix this in. Yeah, that's about half. Stir it well. And now we are ready to blitz, which is my unfavourite bit because I keep on screwing a blitzer together wrong. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Right, I'm now going to blitz it until it's smooth. There we go, it's blitz smooth. And I'm going to use this, this is the casserole I'm going to keep it in. I'm going to have a portion then. Keep it in, so I'm just going to add it to that. Ooh, look at that, just right. It's funny how it always works out. There you go. And here, chopped parsley. Chopped fresh parsley. So we're going to add a bit of that. Oops, just lost one of the wooden spoons for a sec. Stir that in. Okay, and now we are ready for the proof of the pudding, which is in the eating. So, I did have a ladle somewhere, but I can't find it, so. Do yourself a nice portion. Crude, but effective. Okay. Here's the croutons. You can put these on kitchen paper to get some of the oil out, but it's olive oil and I quite like olive oil. Okay. Here's some of these lovely croutons. Again, remember they're easier to make with stale bread. Bit of chopped garlic, chopped parsley for garnish. I like a lot of pepper on my grub, so. Oops, twist of pepper. And let's give it a go. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. The taste of garlic is more or less in the background. Like, it's not the real fierce, biting garlic taste. It's a much more subtle flavour than that. But absolutely delicious. If you're worried about it making you stinky, just get your partner to eat some as well. Problem over. If you're going out, I don't know what you do really, eat it anyway, and if you get any comments, tell them it's delicious. Okay, well that's it. Well, that's Italian garlic soup. Give it a go. It really is good. I can't help, I know it's totally pseudoscience and all that, but I've always thought that garlic was actually quite good for my health. I certainly don't see it harming in any way. Apparently it's a natural antibiotic, so there you go. But I've always liked it. I eat quite a lot of it. This is delicious. Don't be put off. It doesn't taste really strongly of garlic. It tastes Yes, there's a background note of garlic, but you're not going to go around like, a very stinky thing, or perhaps you are because you won't be able to tell, but I like it anyway. And you can always alter the amount of garlic in it. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching. Give it a go. See you next video, which might very well be ginger soup. See you later.